How about them Cowboys? Angry Cowboys fan. Born to battle. Start just means we never sell. America's team through thick and thin. When the star shines bright, that's where we win. Angry Cowboys fan.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation? And angry Cowboys fans around the world, y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. Happy hump day to each and every one of y'all out there that's watching this video. But Cowboys Nation, right now, Cowboys fans are in another civil war. We're on opposite sides of each other again, Cowboys Nation. But your man, the Angry Cowboys fan, I'm right there in the middle. I see what everybody's saying. I see what everybody wants. I see the agendas from the different sides. And I'm here to say, I agree with y'all both. But at the same time, the Dallas Cowboys have to go in a direction, and the direction that I want to see them go in, hey, they may do it and they may not. But Cowboys Nation, in this video, we're going to be discussing the Rich Eisen Show. He had Rappaport on that show, and there was one clip that stood out to me, Cowboys Nation. So we're going to take a listen to that clip, and then y'all know what we're going to do after that, Cowboys Nation. We're going to come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, angry Cowboys fans, let's go ahead and take a listen to the Rich Eisen Show with Rappaport and see what Rappaport has to say.
And then the question is, the last one for you before I let you go, is the franchise tag situation and who's going to be allowed to be free and not. That it also includes, one of the best receivers that came out of Pittsburgh, right? And sure. Pickens. And then there's the Super Bowl MVP and Kenneth Walker III, who apparently used the parade podium to counsel the general manager on the bag. What do you got for me on that front, Ian?
So Ken Walker, there's a couple running backs who are up. Ken Walker and Breece Hall. I'd be a little surprised if they got tagged. Transition tag is interesting, though, because it's a couple $1 million less and it lets an agent go out and shop. I'm not saying that's happening, but would be certainly an interesting option, I think, for both those guys. The Pickens one stands out to me. Cowboys made an incredible trade last year, one of the best trades of the year, getting him. Mm-hmm. If they do they do a long-term deal with him, with David Mulgeta, the agent? Interesting. Possible. But I know a lot of teams are interested. I know they'll have some trade options. If they say, like, okay, we trade him for 3, but we can get a 2 back and let someone else do a long-term deal, is that beneficial for them? I think the tag and trade option for Pickens is fascinating as well.
The tag and trade option for Pickens is fascinating as well. It's fascinating to a lot of Cowboys fans, real talk, Cowboys Nation. But my thing is, he's talking about we got him for a 3rd-round pick, and we could trade him for a possible 2nd-round pick. How good are the Dallas Cowboys in the 2nd round of the draft? We know how that is, Cowboys Nation, but let's get down to it. Y'all ready for this raw and uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it. Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, raw and uncut.
I'm keeping it real. They keep it real. That's real.
All right, Cowboys Nation. I want to preface this whole video. I want to make this abundantly clear. What I say may not be right. What others say may not be right. But the thing is, I'm not going to get on my platform and degrade anybody else for having an opinion that is different than mine. An opinion that differs from mine. I want to keep George Pickens. Other people don't. And I respect that, Cowboys Nation. I completely respect that. But let me go ahead and give y'all my case as to why the Dallas Cowboys should extend George Pickens. First and foremost, you have a set of Cowboys fans that they believe that they want repayment. They want remuneration when it comes to losing Micah Parsons. I would say this. Yes, we traded Micah Parsons, traded him to the Green Bay Packers, didn't get, an edge rusher that we truly need to replace him, and we lost in production whenever it comes to that edge rusher, getting to the quarterback, getting the pressures, how important that is. We lost the productivity when it comes to Micah Parsons. This isn't the first time that we've lost productivity when it comes to trading a top-tier talent away from the Dallas Cowboys. I've been waiting on remuneration. I've been waiting on reparations from the time that we traded Amari Cooper to the Cleveland Browns for a bag of Doritos. I've been waiting patiently to bring a wide receiver in here to pair up with CeeDee Lamb so that it's not spam Lamb all the time, that we have a viable option that, hey, if you double CeeDee Lamb, this guy's going to eat. If you double this guy, CeeDee Lamb's going to eat. This is what I've been asking for ever since they traded Amari Cooper. We finally got it in George Pickens. Now we want to trade him away. I just don't get it, Cowboys Nation. And who we want to trade him for, it may not be a guarantee that the team that we're looking to trade with is going to trade that asset. They even brought a coach on to pacify that said player, and that said player being Max Crosby. I look at it like this, Cowboys Nation. I'm willing to give up both first-round picks for Max Crosby. I'm not willing to give up both first-round picks as well as George Pickens for Max Crosby. I'm not willing to do that. The only player in this league that I would do that for, that's Myles Garrett. Because Myles Garrett can do it all. Myles Garrett can stop the run. He can set the edge. He can get tackles for loss. He can go up and down the defensive line and be able to succeed in either one of those positions. He's able to get sacks. Bro got history on his side. Yes, age isn't on his side, but at the same time, he's such a dominant player. He would be such a dominant force multiplier for the defense that I would do that. As far as Max Crosby, I'd give up my 2 first-round picks, but I'm keeping George Pickens. Real talk, I'm keeping George Pickens and just going all in with those first-round picks to get Max Crosby. And that's another thing I want to talk about, Cowboys Nation. We always talk about we want the Jones family to go all in, to push all the chips to the middle of the table. But when they start doing that, we bring the cap up as the cap being an issue. The cap is real. We can't be doing this because of the salary cap and so on and so forth. But when the Jones family thinks of the salary cap, we like, what the hell? Just bust the salary cap. Take the credit card out and do this, that, and the third. We're trying to do that right now, and it seems as if Cowboys fans don't want that to happen. I don't understand, Cowboys Nation, for the life of me. In the comment section, maybe y'all can pretty much address that for me and, clear that up for me because I don't get it. But Ian Rappaport talks about using the franchise tag, and that's nothing for Cowboys Nation. We always knew that the franchise tag was going to be an option whenever it came to George Pickens. The franchise tag situation, that's open right now. They can franchise tag George Pickens as of right now, but we got the combine coming up, and everybody knows that the agents, they love to negotiate at the combine. David Mulugeta has already come out and said that he would negotiate the George Pickens situation at the combine, so that's what we're going to look to be doing. But as far as the franchise tag, I don't want George Pickens to go into the 2026 season playing on the franchise tag because that's $28.8 million right off the cap. That is going to hamstring the Dallas Cowboys in trying to get the pieces that it needs in order to be successful. And I know that we need pieces on the defensive side of the ball. We need a safety, a cornerback, a linebacker, a defensive end, an edge rusher. I get that. But if Pickens goes in and plays on the franchise tag, how are we going to be able to get that? How are we going to be able to get that, Cowboys Nation? That's the question that I got. But Jerry and Steven, they really need to go into this, really putting their head into the game. Do you want George Pickens to continue to be a Dallas Cowboy, help this offense, continue to be great in this offense so that we can move forward, we can move into the playoffs? But there's some people in Cowboys Nation that also says that, hey, I don't want to be like the Cincinnati Bengals. I remember doing a video and Chad Ochocinco said something about not wanting to be the Cincinnati Bengals of the NFC East. I completely get that, Cowboys Nation. I completely 100% get that. But at the same time, I don't want to be the Cleveland Browns of the NFC East as well. What do I mean by that? They got a dope defense, a great defense, a defensive play caller. Well, they had a defensive play caller that could get the job done. Their defense was top notch. With Myles Garrett, they had a great pass rusher, a great run stuffer, a great edge setter, and their offense couldn't even move the ball. What are they picking at in the draft this year? Somebody let me know in the comment section. I don't want to be like that either. I don't want to give away our assets on the offensive side of the ball. We're looking to get away George Pickens as well as cut Terrence Steele. I know Terrence Steele is not good in pass protection, but he is good in blocking for the run. So we're looking to get rid of those two people. We're not going to renegotiate. We're not going to extend a Jalen Tolbert. So where does that leave your wide receiver core? Real talk, Cowboys Nation. There's a thin line between being the Cincinnati Bengals and being the Cleveland Browns. Which one would you prefer? And I know we're talking about balancing the cap to where we spend almost as much money on the defense as we do in the offense. And hey, that's a legitimate concern, Cowboys Nation. That is very legitimate. But at the same time, there's going to be a time where you have dogs on the defensive side of the ball that kind of accumulate a little bit more than what the offense is going to bring. And the offense brings that much salary cap hit because of your quarterback, your wide receiver in CeeDee Lamb, maybe your left tackle, in Tyler Smith. But hey, it is what it is, Cowboys Nation. My thing is this. There is a delicate balance, and I believe that we can achieve that delicate balance with George Pickens on this team. I believe we can go out in free agency and find that edge rusher that doesn't just break the bank for the Dallas Cowboys. I believe that we can go out and get the linebacker that can come to this damn team, be an asset in the scheme that Christian Parker wants to create, be an asset in that scheme to make the defense successful this year. But my thing is this. We can move forward while having Pickens on this team, bringing somebody in here like a Bradley Chubb, bringing somebody in here for the cornerback position and an Asante Samuel Jr., bring somebody, if we could get a Caleb Downs in the draft, hey, get Caleb Downs, have him as the safety position, and we rockin' Cowboys Nation. It doesn't have to be this whole civil war. We can get to where we want to be if we make the right decisions. And I know that there's a lot of Cowboys fans that have their takes, and hey, I'm not saying that you guys are wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right. All I'm saying is I want to win, Cowboys Nation, and I know you guys do too. So this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. Cowboys Nation, what did you think of what Rich Eisen and Ian Rappaport had to say during that little clip that I gave y'all? Do y'all agree or disagree with the franchise tag with George Pickens? And do you agree or disagree with what I had to say in this video? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comment section. If you're digging this content and you want to help the channel reach its current goal of 20,000 subscribers, drop a like on this video, share it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan, and if you're on your mobile device and you haven't used them yet, make sure you hype this video. Doing so will help get the content out to Angry Cowboys fans. They'll come over and be official Angry Cowboys fan family members and root on our Dallas Cowboys together. And if you are DC for life and you just want the Dallas Cowboys to be aggressive, be assertive in this free agency process, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, or film breakdowns. You can catch the Madden 26 or College Football 26 gameplay on the other channel, the Angry Cowboys Fan Gaming Channel. I'll put the link to that as well as my gamer tag in the description. And Cowboys Nation, don't think this is me jumping on anybody's case. Don't think it's me over here telling y'all that somebody else's take is not right and mine is gospel. We are all in this together. We are all in the same lanes trying to get to the same destination. Shout out to everybody that has any type of takes on this matter. But at the end of the day, we are all DC for life, and I appreciate the content that y'all bring. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan, and I'm out. fire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.